as you watch the videos that go with this learning activity, you're going to see some of the differences that we talked about, where we're using a different environment. So you're going to see that what's used in the videos is Visual Code, and that's an editor that works great. It looks a little bit different than C-Line, but not a lot, but you'll notice some differences, so just be aware of that. The other thing is you're going to be starting with the starter code in big_review.zip. So you can download that from Canvas and extract it, right? Unzip it. And then you can create a new project with it. So just simply open it, and you need to go into the Big Review folder that you just unzipped, click on the CMake, and open it as a project. And then it opens up and you can see kind of what's in here. So notice that this one has a lot of CPP files. So what's happening in this learning activity is we're going through a bunch of things that you're familiar with from your previous programming class, but now we're doing it in C++. So we're moving through a lot of topics pretty quickly as a review and an intro to how these things work in C++. So we're going to be running lots of different things. Well, it turns out you can only have one main function when you're building a project, and you can only have one at a time. So C-Line lets us have all those files in there, and then we can choose which one we want to run. And the way we choose it is in this drop-down file over here. So you see a bunch there right now. So if we click main, so let's find main, then it will run this main.cpp file, and we just push run, and then we can see that it's building and running and no output. And that's what we expect because we don't have any code in main to do anything. And as you go through the learning activity, you'll be adding code. And so everything works the way we expect it. Now, if you choose another one, so let's say that we choose scope, and here we can open up scope to see what that looks like. Notice scope.cpp is entirely empty. But if we choose that as to run, then watch what happens. So there, you get errors. And that is because you have to have a main function. So that's where CPP starts. When it starts running a program, it looks for the main.cpp file. And since we're running this program that doesn't have a main, it will be an error. So this won't work until you get there. When you get to this point, you'll actually be typing a main function in here, and then it'll work just fine. So just choose the one that you're working on and run that one. So here I just chose the main one, and I can run it. And that will keep you in line. Now, in the videos, we actually create these files as we go in the videos. So whenever it says, add a new file or create a file, yours are already made for you. So you won't have to create them. You just have to find them and use them. So that's one of the differences. Another difference is that you'll hear Dr. Veo talk about saving often, and he'll compile and then go back, oh, you've got to save. So in Visual Code, you have to manually save every time you want to do that. But not so in C-Line. In C-Line, whenever I do this build, right, I'm going to build, even if I've made a change, it will automatically save for you. So you won't have to worry about saving just because it happens automatically. One more difference. In the videos, they're working in a folder called work. And we're actually going to be working in a folder called SRC. So don't get put off by that. Go ahead and continue to use these files in the SRC folder, even when they're referred to as the work, even when they refer to the work folder. So there's some information about getting you through the LA. I hope it goes well. Let me know if you have any questions.